Tony.
What brings you in today?
Well, I'm struggling with some career issues. I'm 63 and I'd like to work at least probably another 4 years. And I work in the oil patch now in Calgary. And of course, as you know, there's been a big downturn. And my workload has gone from 300 plus hours a month, which I enjoyed, down to less than 100 sometimes. And I'm having trouble adjusting to that.
Okay, so big downturn, less hours. I see. So what ways are you having trouble adjusting? Is it financial or is it emotional? Like how would you
It's not so much financial, which sounds funny because I have very little debt and most of what I have my money for is to travel. It's more emotional. I get such fulfillment out of my job, probably a little too much. I love the structure of it. I love the deadlines. I bounce out of bed at 5 a.m. I could hardly wait to get work at 6. Some days I even go into work when I don't need to go into work just to see if anything's going on.
Oh.
Because I do like the atmosphere of it and I like my job.
Well, it sounds like you're very driven, would you say?
I'm very driven.
Is it specific to your job that you're driven, or have you been driven are you driven when you're involved in kind of anything?
Yeah, I'm pretty driven when I'm involved in anything. I don't sort of take an easy approach to anything. I want to fix a problem or contribute or, deal with it.
Yeah, that sounds like the quality rests in you and not specific to the work. So that's encouraging probably when you think about how to transition to maybe less hours successfully.
Right.
It's it's not that you are so attached to that specific work.
Right.
Is that true? That would
Yeah,
be correct?
you're probably, I'm sort of am because it gives me because I'm good at it, because I've
Okay,
done
right.
it so well.
Yeah.
But it's the structure, I think. I'm not the kind of person who can just sit on the couch and look at magazines or just lollygall around.
I see.
I don't take much downtime.
I see. Okay, so you've gotten a level of mastery in your work,
Right.
and using that is what I'm understanding you're saying. Using
Yes.
that is fulfilling
It's
for
very,
you.
yeah.
So the problem, would you say then, is trying to find something else that can sort of equal that. If it's
Right.
not going to be that particular job that you're doing, how to find that same level of purposefulness and satisfaction?
Well, exactly, because what I do is I work specifically on projects and deals that have deadlines and closings. I could never be what they call a day-to-day person. I don't want to be dealing with just day-to-day things because there's no deadlines and to me it's boring.
Okay.
And most people do that. Most people don't like the deadlines because sometimes you have to work nights and weekends and there's a fair amount of stress in it.
Right.
But I like that. I like having to get everything done.
Right. It sounds like then you enjoy sort of the adrenaline of having a deadline
Yep.
and being able to meet that.
Yes.
Gives you some excitement
It does.
and fulfillment.
It does.
Okay. So what sort of beliefs do you have about how you should be spending your life, sort of maybe now and then after retirement? What kind of beliefs, what sort of things?
Well, I think what I need to change about myself is I'm always living for the future. I don't live day to day. I don't think about the day. I always think, okay, when I get this done, or when I save this amount of money, or when I lose this amount of weight, or, then I'll start to live. And I'm realizing I'm 63. Like, I better start living soon.
I see. Right. So do you think that the project basis and that it does sort of promote a forward looking thing, like when I just get this project finished, would that be the case?
Yeah.
You mentioned travel.
Yes.
And so then it's like when I finish this project, now I get to travel.
Exactly.
As opposed to the steadiness
Yes.
of every day.
Right.
Do you feel like you would like to get better at doing the steady everyday living, or would you feel like you'd like to continue on in a real project-driven environment?
Well, I think because I'm getting older and the projects could literally run out, I need to learn how to adjust to being more of a day-to-day.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So let's now, we've talked a little bit about the role that work plays for you and the ways that it satisfies you. If it's all right with you, I'd like to switch over to talking a little bit about the feelings you have related to work and retirement. When you think about retirement in 4 years, what sorts of feelings come up for you?
Well, it's a little stressful because I do like to have structure and things to get up and go and do. But I do a lot of volunteer work. So that would almost be like a part-time job for me because I'm very committed and I always show up and I'm very reliable. So I would always do volunteer work. And it may be that I just, instead of doing the oil patch, just get a job at a coffee shop early in the morning for a few hours every day. But of course, at the same time, I don't want to overcommit because I hope to travel, a fair amount.
Okay. So these are some strategies you're mentioning.
I'm trying.
Yes, but I'd like to get back to the part where you said stressful.
Yeah.
Stressful. What other kinds of feelings do you think about? Just raw feelings. What do you think about when you think about, say, stopping the job that you have right now?
I see myself, I'm worried that I'm just going to sit around all day.
Okay.
That, it scares me. I think, I'm going to wake up in the morning and what am I going to do?
Okay. So
I'm not-
stress,
yeah.
fear, scared. Those
Yeah.
are some of the feelings that you're mentioning.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's the kind of, that's what we're trying to uncover,
Yeah.
so that we get a full picture of what the problem is.
Right.
It's good to approach it from all different
Yeah, because I
angles.
guess I am scared.
Right. And so how have you dealt with scared feelings? How have you managed scared feelings in the past?
Well, I usually try to keep myself so busy that they don't come up, or I eat. Go for the sugar high.
Yeah.
That maybe will calm me down for a little while, and then that's a bad thing to do.
Okay.
I worry about that about retirement. And I'm going to be too food focused or.
Right.
You know.
So the fear. So it sounds like stress, fear. For you, it's something you like to avoid. Your
Yes.
habit has been
Yeah.
avoidance.
Avoidance, totally. Don't
I-
deal with it, just avoid it.
I see.
So
Have,
stay-
have there been times, or describe for me, please, some times that you've had to go straight into something that's fearful and not avoid it?
Well, I guess when I've been sick and then I can't go to work, and then that's very stressful on me. I think it takes me longer to get healthy because I'm so worried about missing work. I don't deal
Right.
well with that.
Yes. Have you found that after you've weathered something like that, a stressor that you've had to go straight into and not avoid, have you found that the next time you face a stressor, it's a little easier, or do you find any headway?
Yeah, you're right. It probably is a little easier because I realized the world didn't end and it all was
Right,
fine. Like it didn't
right.
crash around me like I thought it would.
Okay. Well, I think today we've looked at sort of the role that work has played in your life, some of your concerns, both emotional and purposeful and meaning-wise, what will happen for you as your work slows down and moving into retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're at a good place to stop, if you'd like, and continue that fruitful discussion for the next time.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. If there's anything else you'd like to add today, just
No, I think it's I think you're helping me